The moment he turned 18, the world watched as one of Europe's most eligible young royals stepped into a new chapter that would forever define his destiny. And what happened next shocked royal observers everywhere because Prince Christian of Denmark has been living a double life that balances the weight of a crown with the freedom of youth in ways that few people truly understand. The parties, the rumored romances, the carefully guarded moments away from palace walls, all paint a picture of a young man caught between two worlds. And today we're pulling back the curtain on everything you need to know about the 20-year-old prince who will one day rule Denmark. If you love diving deep into the lives of young royals and want exclusive insights that go beyond the headlines, make sure you subscribe to this channel, hit that notification bell, share this video with your fellow royal watchers, and drop a comment below telling us what surprises you most about Prince Christian's journey because this story is far more fascinating than anyone imagined. Prince Christian Valdemar Henri John was born on October 15, 2005 at Rigshospitalet in Copenhagen, entering the world as the firstborn child of then Crown Prince Frederik and Crown Princess Mary, and from his very first breath he carried the weight of expectation that comes with being second in line to the Danish throne. His childhood unfolded under the constant gaze of cameras and the protective bubble of royal protocol, yet his parents made deliberate choices to give him and his siblings Princess Isabella, Prince Vincent, and Princess Josephine something resembling a normal upbringing within the gilded confines of their extraordinary circumstances. Growing up at Frederick VIII's palace at Amalienborg and the family's summer residence at Graston Palace, Christian experienced a childhood that blended royal tradition with modern parenting approaches, attending local schools and participating in activities that allowed him brief escapes from his predetermined future. The turning point came on January 14, 2024 when his grandmother Queen Margrethe II made the stunning announcement that she would abdicate after 52 years on the throne, a decision that instantly transformed Christian's father into King Frederick X and elevated Christian himself to Crown Prince, making him the direct heir to the Danish crown. This seismic shift in his life occurred when he was just 18 years old, an age when most young people are figuring out who they want to become, while he suddenly had to reconcile who he must be with who he might have chosen to be if birth hadn't decided his fate. The weight of this new reality settled on his shoulders just as he was discovering his own identity, navigating the treacherous waters between adolescence and adulthood while the entire nation looked to him as their future sovereign. Education has played a crucial role in shaping the young crown prince, as his parents understood that modern monarchy requires more than just bloodline and tradition. Christian completed his primary and secondary education at Tranegard School and Herlufsholm boarding school, though his time at Herlufsholm became controversial when allegations of bullying and abuse at the prestigious institution emerged, leading to difficult decisions about his educational path. The experience exposed Christian to the harsh reality that even royal privilege cannot shield someone from institutional failures, and it forced conversations about accountability, tradition, and the courage required to make changes when systems are broken. His parents ultimately decided to withdraw him from the school, demonstrating that protecting their son's well-being mattered more than maintaining connections to elite institutions, a decision that resonated with Danish parents across every social class. Following his graduation, Christian made the significant decision to defer university studies and instead embark on experiences that would broaden his worldview beyond the confines of Danish palaces. Reports emerged that he spent time in East Africa, immersing himself in different cultures and gaining perspective on global issues that will matter when he eventually ascends to the throne. This period of exploration represents a relatively new approach to royal education, one that recognizes future monarchs need real-world experience and genuine connections to diverse communities if they hope to reign with authenticity and relevance in the 21st century. The weeks and months he spent away from Denmark allowed Christian to exist somewhat anonymously, experiencing life without the constant presence of royal handlers and security details hovering over every moment, giving him precious freedom that he will likely never experience again once his royal duties intensify. But it is Christian's social life that has truly captured public imagination and sparked countless headlines across European tabloids. The young prince has been photographed at exclusive parties, music festivals, and nightlife venues across Europe, living the life that wealthy 20-year-olds around the world enjoy, but with the added complication of being heir to a throne. Images of him at parties with friends, enjoying music festivals, and navigating the social scene have created a narrative of a prince who refuses to be confined by the stuffiness that has defined royal behavior for generations. Some critics have clutched their pearls at these glimpses into his private life, arguing that future kings should maintain more decorum and restraint, while others celebrate his authenticity and argue that modern royals must be relatable to remain relevant in democratic societies that increasingly question the value of inherited privilege. The rumor mill surrounding Christian's romantic life has churned endlessly, with speculation about potential girlfriends and relationships dominating gossip columns and social media discussions. While the palace has maintained strict silence on his private affairs, protecting the young prince's right to experience romance without turning every date into a state matter, the public fascination remains insatiable. Photographs of him with various young women at social events have sparked wild speculation about who might one day become Crown Princess of Denmark, with amateur detectives analyzing every smile, every gesture, every social media connection for clues about his heart. This intense scrutiny represents one of the cruelest aspects of royal life, the inability to experience the messy, beautiful, complicated process of falling in love without millions of people watching, judging, and projecting their fantasies onto your relationships. What makes Christian's situation particularly complex is that he represents a generation of royals who came of age in the era of social media, smartphones, and instant global communication. Unlike previous generations of crown princes who could largely control their public image through carefully staged photo opportunities and official portraits, Christian lives in a world where anyone with a phone can capture his image and share it with millions within seconds. This technological reality has fundamentally changed what it means to be a young royal, stripping away layers of protection and mystique that once surrounded monarchies, forcing transparency whether desired or not. The challenge for Christian and his team is navigating this new reality while maintaining enough privacy to allow genuine personal development, a balance that becomes more difficult with each passing year. His relationship with his siblings adds another fascinating dimension to his story, particularly with his sister Princess Isabella, who is second in line to the throne, and his younger twin siblings Prince Vincent and Princess Josephine. The bond between these four young royals suggests a support system built on shared understanding of their unique circumstances, people who truly comprehend what it means to grow up knowing your life will never be entirely your own. Christian's role as the eldest carries additional pressure, as he serves not only as heir but as an example to his younger siblings, showing them how to navigate the impossible balance between duty and personal happiness. The way he handles his 20s will likely influence how Isabella approaches her own public role, creating a ripple effect through the next generation of Danish royalty. The physical transformation of Christian from boy to man has not gone unnoticed, with his emergence as a strikingly handsome young adult earning him comparisons to Hollywood actors and placement on various lists of attractive royals. Standing tall with the distinctive features inherited from both his Danish father and Australian-born mother, Christian possesses the kind of looks that guarantee attention wherever he goes, adding another layer of complexity to his public existence. This attention brings both advantages and challenges, opening doors and creating opportunities while simultaneously making anonymity even more impossible and attracting interest that has nothing to do with his character or capabilities. The pressure to maintain a certain image, to meet expectations of how a crown prince should look and carry himself, becomes just another weight added to the already substantial burden he carries. Looking toward the future, Christian faces decades of preparation before he will likely assume the throne, assuming the Danish monarchy continues and the nation still values maintaining this ancient institution. His father King Frederick X is only in his 50s, meaning Christian could spend the next 30 or 40 years as crown prince, a potentially frustrating period of waiting while holding a position of great symbolic importance but limited actual power. This long apprenticeship offers both advantages and challenges, providing time to mature and prepare while also risking a sense of purposelessness or becoming frozen in a permanent state of preparation without real responsibility. The question of what Christian will do with these years, how he will carve out meaningful work and identity while waiting for a job that depends on his father's death, represents one of the fundamental paradoxes of hereditary monarchy. His role will inevitably evolve as he matures, with expectations growing that he will take on increasing royal duties, patronages, and public responsibilities. Already he has begun appearing at official events, representing Denmark at certain functions, and learning the complex choreography of royal life through hands-on experience. These early forays into public duty provide glimpses of the king he might become, showing a young man who seems comfortable with attention while still displaying moments of shyness or uncertainty that make him human. The Danish people watch these appearances closely, assessing whether he possesses the qualities they want in their future sovereign, whether he demonstrates compassion, intelligence, dedication, and the common touch that modern monarchies require to justify their existence. The broader context of European monarchy in the 21st century shapes everything about Christian's position and prospects. Across the continent, young royals face similar challenges adapting ancient institutions to contemporary values, navigating the tension between tradition and progress, between privilege and purpose. Some monarchies have fallen or diminished while others have successfully modernized, and the question of which path Denmark will follow depends partly on how well Christian and his generation can make the case for their continued relevance. This pressure to justify his own existence, to prove that Denmark benefits from maintaining a hereditary head of state rather than electing leaders purely on merit, adds a philosophical dimension to his practical challenges. So as Prince Christian of Denmark continues navigating his 20th year, balancing parties and protocol, romance and royal destiny, freedom and inevitable duty, the world watches to see what kind of king he will become. Will he emerge as a transformative figure who redefines Danish monarchy for a new era, or will he struggle under the weight of expectations that no human could fully satisfy? Will he find genuine happiness within the constraints of his predetermined life, or will the gilded cage eventually feel suffocating? The answers to these questions will unfold over the coming decades, as this young man transforms from party-going prince into the sovereign who will represent Denmark on the world stage, and every choice he makes now plants seeds that will flower when he eventually wears the crown. Given everything you have learned about Prince Christian's life caught between youth and royal destiny, do you believe modern monarchies can truly adapt to democratic values, or are they fundamentally incompatible with the world he will inherit?